All right. You got Goldline Cards Chris here tonight with another episode of Around the Hobby. And joining us from not New York City today, but sunny Florida is VITO, my buddy from Point Sports Cards. We've got the only guy I know with a better beard than me, my buddy Ben. And way down in Charlotte, North Carolina, not heckling Cam Newton tonight, is VOGS. Fellas, how we doing tonight?
Good, man.
Great.
Doing good.
Thanks for having us, Chris.
Awesome. Ben, you had made a comment right before we went on. Can you see the comments? Yes, you can.
Okay.
The way for you to comment back, though, is if you open up YouTube on your phone or your tablet or whatever, comment there. I can comment here, and you guys can just read them. So,
Yep.
Just go ahead and introduce ourselves, what we're doing, why we're here, when we started collecting. What's your collecting story, Vito? We'll go ahead and start with you.
So I remember it vividly because it was the summer of 1977. So I'm giving away a little bit of my age here, but my parents had bought a new house, and we finally had our own bedrooms. And in the closet, and some of you may or may not remember this, Topps used to make a plastic locker that had 26 slots, because at the time there were only 26 teams in the league, and each slot was for a team. And you had little stickers that you could put, which team you wanted in the top slot. Obviously, I put the Yankees on the top of one, and I put the Mets on the other because we were literally 5 minutes from Shea Stadium. But that really is what got me started. She had bought one for myself, one for my brother, and she filled it up with a couple of cello packs, and we started our collecting there. So as far as, what I collect, I primarily collect baseball. I've gotten into basketball a little bit and some football, but it's mostly been baseball, mostly Yankees IPC. But, honestly, I really don't have a player IPC. And maybe that's sad, but I really just buy what I like. If I see a card I like, I see something that attracts me, I'll get behind it. And I got, like everyone else during that junk wax era, I got out of the hobby in the late 90s through the mid 20s. And I got back in 2014 as my daughter started to get involved and interested in it. And I made my first purchase was a PSA 10 Mike Trout rookie. And I was petrified. I bought it for $175. I literally was petrified paying $175 for a card back then. But I'm kind of glad I did.
Yes.
So that's my story. And, right now I do it for fun and for business, a little bit of flipping as well. And my daughter is involved heavily in what we do at Point Sport Cards.
Awesome. Sounds great. Your daughter's college student. I know you're super proud of her. You tweet about her all the time.
Thanks, man.
Ben, what's your story? Pretty sure you like to have some koozies out there, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I should. I don't have any beverage with me. That's ridiculous. So I started collecting in, I guess, late 80s, early 90s. A lot of it was when I grew up in Montana, but most of my family is from Minnesota. So we'd spend summers in Minnesota. And obviously that's baseball season, and that was Kirby Puckett season. So I am a Twins fan and a Puckett fan. And so that was really what drove my collecting. Me and my cousins, who were mostly older than me, we would, every time we got a couple bucks, someone would, we'd get on our bikes or whatever and go to the local card shop and try to buy a couple packs and hopefully pull a Kirby. And if I didn't pull a Kirby, I would gather up all the whatever better cards or best cards I would pull and trade any of my cousins who did pull Kirby, because even though they got to watch him all the time, which I was so jealous of because they lived in Minnesota. Some of them were Yankee fans, boo, and some of them didn't care. They wanted the better cards if there was a better card. Anyway, so that was kind of it. And then I think kind of as a lot of people, junk wax got out of it, and I think a lot of it was driven because one, Kirby had to retire from his injuries, and also the Twins were just so bad. And so this team really kind of drove me collecting. And then when they were just so bad, there was no one I would get excited about. So mostly still baseball. I did basketball as well. Yes, also true. Shaquille O'Neal, collected some of him. Thankfully, he's coming back right now, so been digging those out. Anyway, now currently Twins prospects I'm into, and I did just kind of want to choose a guy. I pulled a Bo color. I don't remember what it was, and I was like, I kind of like this guy. I like Bo. I like his style. He's got a little swagger. He's got some hair like me too. So,
which I have hair like you. It's awesome.
Well, all you have to do is don't go to the barber for a year, and this is what happens. So anyway, I have probably 100 or more unique Bo cards, and then also I collect my Twins prospects. I don't know if those will show up well there. Trevor Larnach, Ryan Jeffers. I got some Alex Kirilloff. He's a good guy. Royce Lewis. Just because I'm also excited about seeing them play. Yeah, go Twins.
That's awesome. I remember watching Kirby Puckett as a kid, and he was just the man. And I do have some of those. Was it Kirilloff? You said?
Yes.
I have a whole 8 of them sitting over here.
Oh,
stack for you. So what I do is when I get cards, I get excited for the stuff I pull. I'm like, oh, Ben's gonna love this. Oh, I got this one from VITO. I just actually sent Josh's out yesterday. So
that's awesome.
VOGS, I sent you the Cole Anthony's, I think it was. But all right, VOGS, you're up. Why? What's your collecting story? Where'd you start? What do you collect? What do you like? What are you all about, buddy?
So I was born in 1994, but I didn't start collecting until 2000 and something. And when I moved to Charlotte, back in 2000, I want to say 6, I was wanted to get into sports cards. I loved sports already. I was like, hey, you know what? I've seen people do YouTube videos and stuff on it. Let me try this out. So I went to this LCS near me that still exists. It's not my main LCS anymore, but still an LCS, still a good one. And I saw this thing called Yankee Stadium Legacy Set. And I was born in Stamford, Connecticut, which is really close to New York. And I'm like, man, this is so cool. I could get Jeter. I could get Mariano. I could get great Yankees players. I wish I had a card with me, but look it up. And I opened the box, and it's cards number 1 through 100. It's not vintage, but they were made in 2008 by Upper Deck. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to put this in a binder and look at all its glory. And it tells you when the players played and stuff about them. And then that just got me hooked from then on till now.
Nice.
That's awesome, man. I started as a kid just because I've got 2 older brothers, 6 years older than me. And my brother, Brian, he made a trade for the Holy Grail Fleer Michael Jordan card. And I believe, I'm not sure, my brother Kevin's usually in the comments watching, so maybe he'll remember, but he remembers all the time what it was. It's a Roger Craig, a Joe Montana, and a Jim McMahon for this Jordan. And to this day, I keep telling him, buddy, I got a PSA subscription. Just give it to me. He's like, oh, I'm too scared. I'm nervous. It's just sitting in a safety deposit box.
Oh,
and it's crazy. And
wow.
I remember when I was 8, there's a grocery store called Cub Foods, and they had an Oreo stacking contest. It's how many Oreos you could stack in 30 seconds without them falling over. And one year, my brother won, and he won a Walkman. And it was the coolest thing. Every time we went in the car somewhere, hey, Kevin, can I borrow your Walkman? No, man, you should have thought about that when you were stacking Oreos. And that was our family joke. You should have thought about that when you were stacking Oreos. So the next year, I win, and it ends up being 5 tickets to a Reds game.
Wow.
And I'm in Columbus. It's an hour and a half, 2 hours away, depending on traffic and whatever. So they're playing the Giants, and Barry Bonds is there. And it's just incredible. And it fell in love with everything. We had a local card shop, which has moved 3 or 4 times, which is now 3 minutes from my house, which is still my local card shop. And just like VITO and you guys said, you got really heavy into it when you were little, kind of got out during the junk wax era. And then, I'm blessed that my wife and my kids like to collect. I have 2 Series 1 hobby boxes back there having ripped yet, so I'm waiting for a good time. My wife and I can rip them together. My daughter, she's the world's biggest Jesse Winker collector. We've got a PC of Cooper Cup for my son. He's not even 2 yet. So for us, it's become a family event. and we're heavy baseball and football. And really, actually, this year the Top Series one I was really, really down on when the pictures came out and everything. But now that I've got some cards, I'm really digging it. You know, you've got the inserts, the actual card. I thought it was too busy, too many lines. It's too small. You know, the rookie card cup on it doesn't look good. So, Ben, we'll start with you this time. Now that Series 1's out, what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Anything that surprised you about the product, and how do you compare it to 2020?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wait till I see the design, because I think you can have that sort of reaction. Oh my God, what is this? You know, to see it in hand. In hand, I like it. I really like the 1986 insert set. That said, about inserts, I think some of these inserts are so dumb. The history of Topps cards, I can't get behind them. And the Topps through the years, they're just like pictures of cool cards that you wish you had. I just can't get behind that. But overall, I ripped a ton of it. I like the product, and I did pull Jose Barrios, 1 of 1 in the name. Obviously, my main man Jose, and last is the E Angler. So I was like, well, okay, I like it. But overall, I'm a fan. And compared to 2020. We'll see. I like 2020 a lot because strong rookie class there too. I like the design in 2020, the no border. So I don't know. It's a toss-up for me.
Well, I went ahead and made the mistake of forgetting to mute you after 30 seconds. So that is the rule going forward. Ben got his one pass simply for the beard. And he lives out in Bigfoot country, and he knows how much I love Bigfoot.
Yes.
So the license plate on my car is, in fact, Bigfoot.
Awesome.
We had our Wrangler. We went out in the woods, and we watched the show Hunting Bigfoot. I would never, shoot to kill him, but I want to be the one that finds him so that I can go on, talk shows and stuff, go talk to Oprah. Oprah's coming out of retirement.
Yes.
Interview me about finding Bigfoot. It's gonna be sweet.
I like that.
So VOGS, you said you weren't a big baseball guy. Do you like Series 1? Do you have any comments on Topps?
I am a baseball guy.
I am gonna have 30 seconds starting now.
I actually do collect some baseball. Quite a bit. I agree with Ben. I like 2020 a lot better. The problem with Series 1, I feel like this year is the font's a little too too small. There's too much border on and not enough card, where in Series 1 of 2020 it's no border, all guy, and that's what I have to say.
As soon as I start putting the hand up, people start dwindling down. Just keep talking, man. I'll mute you. Vito, I know you love baseball. That's your thing. I'll even go ahead and give you 40 seconds. Let's go ahead.
I appreciate that. There's always that excitement, right? At the first release of the year. So everyone has that excitement. I think for me, I still am sitting, most of my product is sitting up in New York. So I've only had a chance to rip a couple of things. I did hit this Nate Pearson auto, which I do like. I befriended a local card shop here in Florida and picked up a couple of boxes and ripped them. But I agree with Ben about the inserts, right? I hit that 1 of 1 Trout auto, which is not actually a 1 of 1 Trout auto. And I think the other issue too is that 2020's releases just ended. It's almost like I'm still opening 2020 product, and I haven't even got into the 2021. But I'm always excited with the first release of the year. I do like inserts. I don't like But yeah, listen, it's Series 1. It's the excitement. It's spring training. It's everything wrapped into one kind of point.
I was typing away, and the time limit went way over. But whatever, we're having a good time here, so we're not trying to cut anybody off. I like the checklist, and for my bang for my buck, I got a whole bunch of Series 1 sitting around. And I remember talking to Brian, who is not Nolan Ryan. And he introduced me to the MLB shop online on Twitter. He got a bunch of Series 1 2020 a month ago. And I was like, man, I wish I had a bunch of 2020 Series 1 just sitting around. So I'm buying as much as I can and putting it on a shelf. So I'm going to rip some of the stuff I have, but I want to put what in the world?
That's
Dylan Carlson?
That was my big hit, the SSP Dylan Carlson.
Very nice.
That one was nice, yeah.
So I want to put a bunch on my shelf and, probably opening day, rip a hobby, a couple megas, something like that. But I want to put a bunch on my shelf just to have there. Like I think I've come to the point where when I find stuff, I'm going to buy as much as I can and put it on my shelf for a day, because how many times do we go to the store and we can't find anything?
Yeah.
You can find 6 months of product in one day. You don't have to go look for 6 more months. People get so bent out of shape about it. Oh, you bought 20 boxes. I'm going to open every single one of them too. So
yeah.
there are a lot of products coming out. And one of the new things with Topps is Project 70, which to me feels a lot like Project 2021. But Topps did promise they weren't going to have a 2021. Now, I know I haven't bought one yet. I really did like the Tatis. I'm really leaning towards buying the Harper that came out. I believe that was today. But this is kind of your thing, Vito. Why don't you go ahead and start us off with the Project 70 and tell us what you think about it. You buying, you flipping, you holding, what you doing?
I definitely am not going in as deep as I did on 2020. I went in pretty hard. I benefited for some of the earlier releases, flipped some of those and did all right. And then I'm sitting on a ton of inventory still from most of the 2020 releases. I did pick up a couple of the 70. I did the Jeter, I did the Tatis, and yesterday I picked up all three. I always collect Blake, and I love the Judge. So when there's two of the three that I want, I just buy the 3-pack because it makes more sense. But 70 is going to be different, right? It's over 1,000 cards. It's non-artists. Not that, and 2020 was only artists. And we got some unique people in this one. It's going to be interesting.
I missed the mute. I gotta have my hand on it. Didn't Snoop put out the Acuna card, and doesn't he look exactly like Biggie? Did he do that on purpose, or is that just how Acuna looks, or what? Because that's all I can see is that's exactly Biggie from the Ready to Die album cover.
That's exactly what it is.
Wrong there, or what?
There's a theory that he let that print run kind of low on that on purpose, knowing that he's got 700,000 followers on all his platforms, if not more. He probably could have killed that print run, but decided to keep that one low on purpose. I think his first is going to be worth a little bit of money down the road.
All right, Ben, what are your thoughts?
So I got stuck into the 2020 a little bit. I kind of got bummed out when I was getting cards from Pops that were in off-brand one touches and all that because of all the supply issues. So I kind of got out of it. I'm not super into the 70. I probably won't buy too many. We'll see. I look at them. I think they're really cool. Honestly, I like looking at them. I just don't know that I need to own them. And then sometimes if I do, like with the 2020, if there's one I really wanted, instead of paying $20, I could just buy it for like $6 later. So many people had so many of them, right? So for me, I think it's cool that artists are involved. I think it's cool to open the hobby to other things, to other people, and but it's not something that I'm collecting.
Yeah, I wanted to go ahead and share that I've got I plan on getting the ones that I want, not like collecting. Like 2020, I wanted to get all the Blake Jameson cards. I wanted to get all the Ken Griffey Jr. cards, which I didn't. But then, this is actually my favorite here. But I've got a budding young artist who's 2 doors down right now who makes her own cards. Robinson Cano here. We've got, I can't tell who that is. Chris Bryant. And someone from Detroit. And so those are going to be up on the website soon for us. And that's a big thing that somebody tweeted out last week. So we sent Claire cards to people, for free. He's like, hey, let me make a donation to your kids' college fund. Like, okay, I'll put them on my website for a donation to, her 529, which is the Ohio College Fund. Like, absolutely. If someone wants to give me $2 towards her college, we will absolutely send you a card. You want it for free? We will send you a card. Like, this is an experience for me and my daughter and I. And you know what? Project 2020 really brought my daughter into collecting and into painting and stuff. So I'm forever grateful, and 2020 will always have a special place for me. So
and you connected with Blake at some level, right?
Yeah. He even when we were doing the charity for the American Heart Association, my daughter bedazzled a Ben Baller Mike Trout, and Blake, he had the high bid at like $300 some dollars.
Amazing.
But he even sent her. I'll find her Winker card. Actually, it's right here. So he does the card art that he sends people. He found a Jesse Winker and sent it just for her. Like, he made this just for my kid. You know, he sends people random cards. Like, he found one just for her, and he's just such a good human being. And you know, he's
a great ambassador for this. He interacts, he responds. I've had nothing but great experiences with him.
Absolutely. So, VOGS, I've been taking up all of your time. We won't even cut you off. We'll just let you talk till you're done. Project 70, Project 2020. What are your thoughts?
Well, I was gifted two of the Topps 2020 cards as a birthday gift. I got the Mariano Rivera, one of the Mariano Riveras that came with a who was it? Roberto Clemente. The top 70 is cool, but will I be buying it? No, it's not my main focus of now. It's cool and all, but I'm just focused on other things in my card collecting hobbies. But if I get around to it or find something that says, wow, I really want that. Like the Jeter looks cool, like Vito said, and the Judge looks cool, like Vito said. I may get to it, but I just have other stuff I want to focus on first.
Yeah, absolutely. And one question I wanted to ask Vito was, I know you said you made a little bit of money on the early on Project 2020 cards. I remember I literally made a choice one day at lunch with my wife. There's the Topps Living Set Aristides Aquino, or it was the Project 2020 card number 1.
Oh.
Well, guess which one I made, because I'm a Reds fan. So that will forever be, you know, a card in my collection that has a story behind it. But is there money to be made in Project 70? Is that something, or are people just buying the ones they want? Like, I'm not real educated.
Too early. I think Project 2020 may benefit from this, right? With some of the lower print runs. The early print runs of 70 have been at the higher. They were higher than the initial runs of Project 2020 at the beginning, obviously. You see a lot of people jumping in. I mean, the Tatis was at 13,000 almost print run. That would be considered a high print run for Project 2020.
That's a Ben Baller print run.
Except for that middle of the pack, like cards 90 to like 105 were all in the like 35.
The pre-Memorial Day cards, right?
Yeah. We had the bubble burst there. But yeah, I think there's going to be an eye for collectors. And as Ben said, it's bringing other people into the hobby that are not traditional sports collectors or sport card collectors. And I think there's going to be some interest. And I'm hoping it translates more to 2020 than to 70. I just think people are going to jump in because of what happened with the early Project 2020 cards.
And Ben, you know, we talked a little bit about Blake Jameson, and he's got this 1951 card set out. I know I'm not collecting it. I don't really think anybody else is, but are you familiar with it? Can you tell us just a little bit about it?
Yeah, I think, first of all, I think that set is really awesome. So I think that's a great one to kind of redo. I love the look of it, but it's not something, I mean, yeah, I didn't get any of them. I don't think I will. I'm just getting super focused on what I'm getting, because like everyone here, I have so much stuff that it's like, let's
yeah.
You can only spend so much money too.
That's right. I have just stuff that I've sent to consignments, to DMN, to Star Stock, to COMC, and it's just reevaluating what I want to do. And I'm going after the JR Noble, the Josh. He's got like 70 Bryce Harper PSA 10s, and that's what I want with Cody Bellinger. So I bought like 4 of them today. 4 Sharp Corners is an awesome website to use, and I think I'm just I think I'm going to focus more on Broncos, Reds, the stuff for my kids. And like I got 6 guys I want a PC per sport instead of, I want to buy a bunch of Acuna so I can resell it. It's like, okay, that's what everybody's doing. I want to buy a bunch of Carter Kaboom or Jake Bowers because those are guys that I like. Or, you know, I want to get Cooper Kupps and Jesse Winkers and Yasiel Puigs and Joey Vottos because those are things that I like. So I've really changed, you know, my whole collecting attitude, I guess, in the last like 2-3 weeks. So
yeah. No, but you know what's interesting too, Chris, is what Ben said earlier, right? He mentioned Shaq, and I'm probably sitting on a shoebox full of the rookie cards that were $2, right? Like I was looking to stack sale them for $2 to $3 each, and now I'm seeing that 10s are going for $1,200.
Yeah, in like the last month. I mean, I looked at them too. I was helping my brother pull some out. I said, "Hey, let's look up what these Shaqs were like $4." I was like, whatever. We'll hold on to them because it's cool. But then I checked like a week ago. I was like, what?
Yeah,
it's insane.
We are running pretty long right now, so I am going to start enforcing that 30-second rule. Baseball season's around the corner. Rumor has it there's going to be fans. Governor of Ohio just admitted that there's going to be 30% capacity, which is about average for a typical Reds game. Unless the Cubs or Cardinals are in town, then it's full of Cubs and Cards fans. Or opening day, which I still have hope for. But what's your World Series prediction? I'm always going to go with the Dodgers and the Yankees. To me, are the two best teams. But San Diego can make a run. Chicago can make a run. I think Toronto is very talented. VOGS, we'll go ahead and start with you. 30 seconds starting now. Who's your World Series prediction?
I'm a Yankee fan, so I would love to see a Yankees-Dodgers World Series. I've been waiting for years to see this because Yankees have great pitching. They added Jameson Taillon. They added Kluber. They're getting Severino back. They also have Garrett Cole. And then you got a great pitching staff with the Dodgers like Kershaw, Bauer, Walker, May. And it's just my dream as a Yankee.
Boom! Finally got to mute somebody. All right. Thanks for being the guy, VOGS. I've been waiting all night because I don't know why, but I haven't muted anybody. But to me, the Dodgers pitching staff, throw them against the Pirates, and I'm literally taking them 10 out of 10 times, not even that 9. It's unbelievable. So who's going to beat them in a 7-game series with those pitchers? Walker Buehler might even be the best of the 3, and he's the number 3 starter right now. Ben, go ahead. What's your World Series prediction? You got 30 seconds. You got 2, 1, starting now.
1991 rematch. Minnesota Twins, Atlanta Braves. Twins in 7. Kenta Maeda goes Jack Morris, pitches 10 shutout innings. Josh Donaldson, against his former team, hits a walk-off in the bottom of the 10th.
Boom.
Count it. Boom.
It doesn't even need 30 seconds.
And you're way under your 30 seconds. So
Right.
What's your World Series prediction? You got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
I think you and I are on the same page there. I'm seeing Dodgers, Yankees. Big difference, though. This is a 162-game season, right? This is not another 60-game season where we saw the Padres, who haven't had a chance to go through a slump, where we saw the White Sox, who haven't had a chance to go through a slump, the Braves, who haven't had. So it's all going to be about health. But if it's just pure talent, it's Yankees, Dodgers in the October series. I'd like to say the Yankees can pull it out, but the Dodgers are going to be a tough team to knock out of a playoff series.
All right, real quick, lightning round. Buy or sell. Going VITO, Ben, and VOGS. That order, each one. Tampa Bay Rays are a playoff team. Buying or selling it?
Sell.
Ben.
Sell.
VOGS.
Sell. Third best team in the division.
Okay, VITO. The Cincinnati Reds are a playoff team. You buying or selling?
Buy.
Ben.
Sell.
VOGS.
Buy.
Last one. The Padres have a chance at winning 100 games this year. VITO, you buying or selling?
Buy. If they're healthy, buy.
I'm buying. They're going all in for this. I'm buying.
VOGS.
Buy.
All right, one more comment because we're at 30 minutes. Usually cut it off now, but I really want to get this last one in because I just started it today, and I know my buddy VITO, it's really important to him too. What is the importance of social media in the hobby, especially with this Top Shot coming out, which is just taking over the Twitter hobby? Instagram now has business infiltrated with your Facebook. Discord seems to be the place to go for everything. We're all in the Twitter. Everybody but Twitterless VOGS. I'm sorry, I meant to call you Twitterless VOGS earlier, and I just forgot. That was my gold go-to. That was my Jerry Seinfeld moment. Oh my God, it's Twitterless
Maybe
VOGS.
next time I'm on.
What's the deal with that? He doesn't have Twitter. Oh my God, it was going to be hilarious. But yeah. So what's the role for you guys of social media plays in your hobby? VOGS, we'll go ahead and start with Twitterless VOGS.
Thanks. Maybe I'll have the next time I'm on. Anyway, it's great. I think it's only helping the hobby because it helps the hobby grow. There's new collectors every day, whether they're young or old or middle aged. And it's good. I definitely use social media to show my cards. And if anybody has any questions, if they're selling or not, I always respond. But it's to help it's to help new collectors out who have questions about the hobby.
Absolutely. You know what? K-Dub, Kyle, he even has the hobby hotline as one of his hashtags. I'm not sure if you know what a hashtag is. It's the pound sign on a cell phone.
Yeah, what's a hashtag?
What were they called? Those hash brownies? The hash brownies?
Hash brownie.
But he's got the hobby hotline, and you click on that, and it's a bunch of people asking questions and helping each other out. Because, you know, Goldline's all about the positivity, all about helping people out. You know, our Twitter chat group, we're the same way. So Mr. K-Dub reached out to me. He's like, hey, how can we help some people? Let's do this hobby hotline. I'm like, absolutely. We got him on our Monday show with Che. And if you need some help, anybody watching this has questions, ask it and then use the hashtag hobby hotline, or just click on the hashtag hobby hotline and it'll be there. Ben, you're up next. What is your impressions and importance of social media for your hobby needs?
Yeah, I think for the hobby in general, I mean, if you imagine in 92 when you had a card that you wanted to maybe trade for something else, well, you had to trade with like your brother or your cousin. That was about it. But now you can trade or sell to the whole world. So I think that I'm awful at that, just like posting and everything else. I seem to only buy. But so for me, you know, I found Chris, the group that you started, Cardboard Connection. So we chat in there. I'm also now in the Discord VITO that you guys have going. So I use it just to chat with other hobby people. I do most of my buying and selling. I mean, I try to sometimes on Twitter, but most of my buying on either Blowout or eBay. I sell on eBay too, but most of my selling comes on one of those two platforms.
I must be the only human being alive not on Blowout. So I'm going to have to, you know, with the new website out and everything, that's going to have to be the next logical step, because I dig on the Twitter. I'm on there all the time. That's like you said, that was the perfect analogy. In 1992, you had to go, you know, to your buddy Corey down the street, and hopefully he had a card. Now, how many Bobachettes have I sold you? You know, like a bunch. And well, you know, you can set for $4, I can send cards across the country and they'll get there in 3 days. Like, people want to harp on the USPS, but for $4, you can have this beautiful gold bubble mailer with some cards in it inside this koozie for like $4. That's it. I mean, that's $4. That's incredible. All right, so I'm getting all kinds of excited over here because I really want to hear Vito. I'm not even going to cut you off because I want you to talk about the Discord and what you got going on there, because I'm trying to help you out with it. We try to get it going off. Just let us know. Let us have it, Vito.
No, I mean, technology drove this industry, right? Like, the hobby has benefited greatly from technology. I live in New York City. We do not have local card stores. So for us, I mean, we have one now that just opened in my neighborhood, but really, you need the internet. You need technology to have that reach, to network, to partner with people. I think that's what, you know, you're seeing is you're able to now partner with somebody, just as you mentioned, with the hashtag, with the hotline, right? Those things are not available to us without technology. So people could talk about COVID is what drove the boom, and, you know, the Last Dance for the Michael Jordan. It was technology at the end of the day is what drove the industry to where it is today. The ability to reach people that share an interest with you. And quite frankly, it's made it a mainstream topic, right? Where my friends, when they found out I was collecting cards in the, you know, mid 2000s, they thought it was kind of strange that an older man was buying baseball cards. And now it's something that they wish they probably did. As far as our Discord groups, and I appreciate, Chris, all the work you've done to try to get that going. It's a great place to network. Discord, our Discord that we run is completely free. It's a great chance for you to just come in, talk to other collectors, post things you want to sell. There are a lot of others out there. Some are free, some are not. But we're hoping to build that up to a place where people can feel comfortable chatting with colleagues and people that have similar interests, and potentially make some sales and pick up some cards they may like.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
Awesome stuff, Vito. I loved hearing that.
That's going to be our show today. 1 minute uninterrupted time goes to the winner, Ben. Ben is the winner tonight. And literally, I wrote it down on my paper because of the 10-inning comeback, the World Series in 7, and the Josh Donaldson. Those comments, you can see my scores right here at the bottom here.
Jack Morris.
That was the clincher. Vito almost came back with the Last Dance.
The Jack Morris reference for me was the winner when he mentioned.
Oh yes,
and
I had negative 10 points. Probably.
All right, so Ben, 1 minute uninterrupted time. Talk about anything you want. Beer, cards, sports, beard, Bigfoot, whatever. Go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me. VITO VOGS, thanks for being on here with me too. For those who don't know me, I am in the beer industry. I actually own a small brewery in Portland, Oregon. And so I will get on a stump to say, if you can and safely, support your local restaurants, your local bars, your local breweries. Because it is a bloodbath out there, because basically we've been shut down for a year. And so, I mean, breweries are in a better position than some places. We have stuff that we can sell to grocery stores. So we can all of our beer. That's how we've survived, and we're going to make it. But so many people are struggling. And personally, I really like going to bars and restaurants, and I want them to be here back. So that's my little soapbox. Be good to people. Help your friends out when you can. Show all the love in the hobby, no hate, and drink a local beer if you can.
Awesome stuff. That's our thing. That I used to work for Jerry Springer. He used to say, "Be good to yourselves and each other," and that's what I. We got a comment here, Ben. Che wants to know: do you sell merchandise for your brewery? Can we buy stuff from you?
We do. Yes. The brewery is called Occidental Brewing Company. OCCIDENTAL Brewing Company. So if you go to occidentalbrewing.com, you can see the website, and then we have a link to our store. So yeah, that'd be sweet. You can see all of our merchandise on there. I think we have in stock. Some stuff is low because we're kind of getting ready to go for spring and summer, but yeah, there's definitely stuff on there, and we do ship. So that'd be awesome.
Awesome, Ben.
If you don't mind, when I post this video, I'm gonna tag that brewery to see if you can get some stuff there. That'd be awesome. So does anybody have any party comments? This is the part where everybody talks at the same time, and then I mute somebody, and then I just start playing the music, and we go. But thank you guys so much.
I love Portland, Ben.
Oh, right on. Yes, Portland's great. We love it too. I got our twins.
Just wanted to tell you guys, thank you for having me on, Chris, Ben, Vito. It was nice meeting you guys. Hopefully we'll talk again in the future.
Not on Twitter.
Chris, keep doing what you're doing. All of you keep doing what you're doing.
Awesome.
Anything, Vito? Are you good?
I'm good, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.